What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and in today's video, giving you guys an update on where we're at with the CRA's Transportation Freedom Act and a bunch of other emissions related news. There is some positive things going on in California with Leno's law, which would be for more classic vehicles that are over 35 years old. So for those of us that just want to delete everything and enjoy our vehicles the way they were designed, yeah, nothing there yet. But I do have some positive news. So there are some votes. If you go to Congress, or if you just go to Google, I'm going to try to make this very simple for a lot of people that don't get this. If you just go to Congress.gov, or if you just go to Google, you can type in Congressional Review Act statuses, and there's multiple sites that are tracking where all of these are, and you can see ones that have been signed all the way up, that have been signed and done by the president, to ones that are pending, like one passed the House or one passed the Senate, or the Senate one is in the House being negotiated or debated, so to speak. All of that stuff is available. So here's where we're at. It looks like what the House Republicans are going to try to do is get a lot of these emissions bills. Now that is Transportation Freedom Act, Stop CARB Act, and things of that nature in on the framework of the budget reconciliation bill. So what that means is they've already passed the framework, right? So they passed that in the House. Then it goes to the Senate. They already have a Senate version that's also passed. And then they have to put these together, right? So there's the framework already. So they have to put this whole thing together and then vote on it. Now, what this basically does is it will approve the budget. It sets stuff up for immigration. It sets stuff up for the military. It sets stuff up for the debt ceiling, at least for the next 2 years. And it takes care of regulations and a bunch of other stuff that we're trying to do at the same time, as opposed to negotiating all of these bills individually. That's why they're calling it one big, beautiful bill. Okay? So when can we see this done? So the goal, the shot they're trying to take here is they're trying to have this thing done by Memorial Day. That's not far out. All right. So I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, why is it taking so long? It's not like, yes, the president can come in and sign executive orders. And we've talked about this multiple times, right? And a lot of you guys are right in the comments. Whatever the president signs that is an executive order can be revoked and changed by whoever the next president is. All right. And that's just a fact. It's not something that's permanent or stays. It could be changed rather instantly by the next administration, okay? So the way that the current administration or the White House is going through this now is trying to make sure that these changes, while they are taking, let's also think about this, right? They've been in office for just over 100 days, right? Like not even 4 months yet. And look at all of the rapid changes that we've already had, right? So this is the big difference, right? Is they want to get this thing pushed through via legislation to make sure that it is so cost prohibitive that if the other side gets into power, that they wouldn't dare do it because they could either screw up the economy, massively raise inflation. They wouldn't touch it, right? It would be a poison pill. That's how they're trying to design this when it comes to the environmental side with the EPA and the Congressional Review Acts, okay? And these bills like the Transportation Freedom Act, Stop CARB Act, and the like, all right? They're trying to make this to where even if the Democrats don't like it, they can't change it without politically unaliving themselves. Learning how to have to be able to talk on YouTube is insane. It's absolutely insane. Because you're always like, I don't know what, you don't know what you can say, what you can't say, what they're going to ban you for, what they're not going to ban you for. And you have to like make up words or say different phrases to be able to say something that you should be able to just say. But I get it, advertisers, right? But anywho's, there is traction. Things are moving forward. And especially when it comes to California, like there's so many fronts right now between the legislative side, right? Think about this. You have the Stop CARB Act, you have the Transportation Freedom Act. Both of those would strip California Air Resources Board's power away. It's gone, okay? It's gonna happen. And then on the other side, you have congressional investigations going on in Congress right now with specifically the California Air Resource Board, the California Department of Transportation, and you have criminal investigations from the Department of Justice now that are looking into multiple programs in California. Homelessness program, high-speed rail, and again, the California Air Resource Board. So there's so many irons in the fire, so to speak, that I only think it's a matter of time before something happens, right? Now, we've already seen the public statements from the people at the California Air Resource Board saying, we don't care what the federal government does. We're going to do whatever we want anyway. And we've also seen statements from the Attorney General saying, well, if you don't honor federal law, we'll just arrest you. You're going to jail. And I know I already see the comments. I see you go, they're never going to do it, TK. They're never going to arrest anybody. Nothing's ever going to change. I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. You know, we're going to be covering this over on the news channel. This administration isn't being, I don't want to, a lot of people are saying they're being vindictive now. I think they're just following the law. You know, you should be very careful when you go after somebody or do something. Always know your opponent, because if you're also committing crimes or doing something stupid, you could end up getting charged. And we're seeing that in California, and we'll be covering this over on the news channel. We're seeing that with Letitia James in New York right now. Ooh. So, oh, I got a whole petty segment going on over there. So make sure you go subscribe to the new news channel, The News with TK. I'll tag it in the description because it's, you know, shameless plug. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And stay tuned. There is a ton of news coming soon when it comes to all of this big, beautiful bill business. But anyways, until next time, thank you guys very much for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you guys that watches these videos every single day. And as always, stay petty, my friends.